Staghorn Fern. Today, we're going to talk about one of the popular ornamental plants, the Staghorn Fern. Introduction and care of Staghorn Fern. I can say that one of the peculiar and fascinating species of ferns is this Staghorn Fern, which you can easily keep indoors without worry. The allure it adds to your home is indescribable. However, for proper care, you need to follow some very subtle points which we'll discuss further. Its beautiful and distinctive shape, resembling antlers, distinguishes it from other fern species. The Staghorn Fern grows as a bush and will provide more information on caring for this plant below. It's interesting to know that you can use the Staghorn Fern both as a hanging planter and a wall planter. When used as a wall planter, there's no need to hunt for deer antlers for home decoration. Instead, it will provide a completely green and natural look to the front of your home. General characteristics of Staghorn Fern. The Staghorn Fern, scientifically known as Platycerium bifurcatum, belongs to the family of ferns Polypodiaceae and is native to the dense forests of southeastern Australia. It belongs to the Polypodiaceae order and the Platycerium genus. Staghorn Fern specifications Table A scientific name. Platycerium bifurcatum family. Ferns Polypodiaceae. Soil VPA slightly acidic soil native region. Dense forests of southeastern Australia. Other names are bifurcatum. This plant is among epiphytic plants, which in the past were considered quite difficult to care for, but today they are desirable. This means their bed is not soil, and they cling to other surfaces like the Staghorn Fern, which attaches to the trunks of trees, feeds as a parasite, and embeds its roots inside the tree trunk, gradually firming up. For cultivating this plant indoors, it's better to create suitable conditions since this plant doesn't root in soil naturally. Therefore, it's better to provide a surface with moss instead of soil and cover the surface with moss to maintain soil moisture. Additionally, we can use hanging or wall planters for the pot decoration. Maintenance conditions for Staghorn Fern. Proper watering for Staghorn Fern. The watering level for the Staghorn Fern during its growth season should be such that the pot remains moist but not wet. It's essential to note that constant moisture doesn't mean excessive water. If you overwater the plant and the pot lacks proper drainage, it will eventually lead to rotting and the death of your plant. Therefore, it's crucial that the pot has adequate drainage. Even if the pot has drainage holes but the drainage level is low, you should increase the number of holes to ensure the plant remains healthy and beautiful. Note that with higher temperatures and increased light levels, the watering frequency will also increase. Before watering, always check the potting soil. When the soil dries to a depth of 2 to 3 centimeters, it's time to water the plant. Otherwise, if the soil remains dry, do not water the plant. What is the best temperature for Staghorn Fern? The Staghorn Fern can thrive in various temperatures, and even mature specimens can survive in freezing conditions. However, it's important to note that this plant thrives in warmth and humidity and loves a warm and humid environment. The ideal temperature for Staghorn Fern growth is around 20 degrees Celsius, with slightly higher temperatures for its spores. Therefore, try to maintain the temperature of the plant's environment between 18 to 22 degrees Celsius, and as the temperature rises, increase the watering frequency accordingly. Proper humidity for Staghorn Fern. During the growth season, the Staghorn Fern requires adequate humidity for better growth, which can be achieved by misting. Note that the water used for misting should be free of salts and the temperature of the water should not be cold. It's better to use water at room temperature. Another way to maintain humidity is by placing a saucer filled with water under the pot and ensuring that the water level is such that it doesn't come into contact with the pot's bottom to prevent root rot and plant suffocation. This method is also known as creating an island for the pot. Therefore, you should provide at least 50 humidity for the plant to enhance its growth. What is the suitable soil for Staghorn Fern? As mentioned at the beginning of the article, this plant grows on tree trunks in its natural habitat and doesn't have soil as its substrate. Therefore, mature plants can be kept on moss and wall or hanging pots similar to their native species. However, it's better for young plants to be maintained in rich soil, such as compost or natural fibers enriched with nutrients and good drainage. You can also use orchid soil for this plant. This plant doesn't require much fertilization during its initial growth, and you can use slow-release fertilizers once a month. However, as the plant grows, it needs to be nourished every 2 weeks with fertilizers like 20-20-20. Dissolve the fertilizers in water and apply them to the plant as if watering it. Repotting Staghorn Fern. When these young staghorn ferns mature a bit during the growth season, you can keep them as if they were in their natural habitat by placing them on tree trunks and using moss to maintain moisture or anything similar to it. Hanging pots are also a suitable option for repotting. Propagation of Staghorn Fern. Propagation of Staghorn Fern can be quite challenging, and if you don't succeed, don't be discouraged. One method of propagation mentioned in the above article is propagation through spores. These are the small black spots that appear behind the leaves during the growth season, and after falling onto the potting soil, or better yet, onto suitable substrate like moss, they develop roots. Once they sprout, you can transfer them to a new pot. Another method of propagating Staghorn Fern is through division. This involves dividing the plant into sections, each with leaves and roots, and transplanting them into a new. It's essential to ensure that the new pot provides suitable conditions for growth, such as warmth, humidity, and proper substrate. If you've provided the right conditions and haven't seen new roots in the new pot, don't be discouraged. As mentioned earlier, even experienced gardeners may encounter difficulties in propagating this plant. Pruning Staghorn Fern. As you can see, this plant grows in a bushy manner, and as the leaves increase, the plant becomes more beautiful. However, it's important to note that as the leaves accumulate and come into contact with each other, the edges of the Staghorn Fern leaves turn brown, and the plant doesn't look as appealing. Moreover, excessive leaf growth can lead to the development of fungi on the plant. Therefore, it's better to propagate the plant through division, as mentioned above, to prevent it from becoming unhealthy. The only noteworthy point is not to perform this task all at once, but to do it gradually to prevent the plant from becoming sparse. Diseases and pests of Staghorn Fern. The presence of a diseased plant can lead to the development of spider mites on the leaves of the Staghorn Fern. This plant itself doesn't have pests or diseases, but if the humidity decreases, it can lead to the emergence of mites and ticks. The solution to eliminating them is to spray with malathion. Additionally, after spraying, it's best to dust the plant and wash its leaves. Furthermore, if the humidity is too low, you'll notice black spots on the leaves, which are actually spores. To clean them, you can use cherry oil. By adhering to proper maintenance conditions and preventing problems, the Staghorn Fern can enhance the beauty of your spaces as an attractive ornamental plant. Follow our channel and leave your comments and questions for. Goodbye until the next video.